going on, studs? Today we have something super special to go over, because this is the super rare canceled Overwatch 2 Titan set that literally can cost upwards to $600 now. And of course I bought it so that you don't have to, so let's go ahead and decide if this thing is going to be worth it or not. But let's actually take a look at this box, because mine got completely destroyed in transit. So like when I got it, the person that packaged it literally just taped over the box and shipped it this way, so I got a partial refund on this because this is one of the reasons why the set is so expensive, because there's literally nothing exclusive in here except for the minifigs. So the box is pretty important. But if we actually go to the side of the flap, you can actually see Mei and Tracer blown up on the side. And what's really cool is the background of this box is actually going to be set in Paris, where the trailer for the Titan actually came out. And on this side of the box, we just have the Overwatch 2 logo. And going over to the back, you can also see Mei and Tracer right there, as well as a blown up version of the Titan right there with the beam coming out of the middle. And the background is just a little more blurred in this one. On the top of the box, though, we do just have the minifig scale of the two minifigs. But now for the part that everybody wants to see, we actually have the legitimate build right here, and this thing is pretty towering. It is very tall. It is quite literally the same height as the actual box is going to be. However, this thing right off the bat has a lot of stability issues. Like the feet right here, for whatever reason, they like to kind of do the splits like this all the time, and if you're not posing it properly, it literally can topple up front or backwards and break. But let's obviously check the set out, because this thing is super sick, and especially if you're an Overwatch nerd like I am, it is so cool, and it's just so cool to the lore. If we flip it over here to his right arm, you can see that he has this awesome little gun right here. And what I love about this Titan is that pretty much everything on here is going to be posable. So you can actually pose at the joint up here, or you can even pose it kind of at the arm. And this is going to be a rail gun right here. And the build itself is sick. I don't know why it clips in right there, but we do have this nice little barrel down there to kind of give it some more details. You can actually see right here in the front, you have the little blaster bullet right there, and just some more symmetrical details on this side as well. And on both sides of the arms, you can actually see these little flaps right here. They're going to have the little grenades right here, and there's going to be one on this right arm as well. But if we go to his left arm, this one is going to be a little bit more boring. Again, it is able to be posable at the joint up here, as well as the bendable arm right there. This one does feature some fingers right here, so if you really wanted to do something naughty, you totally can. But this does have a blast right here of 6 little weapons, and honestly, this side is a little more boring to me, and you can even see some Technic pieces in there, which kind of throws off the color scheme and makes it a little more ugly. But if we actually take a look at the top up here, you can see the head actually is going to have Star-Lord's blasters right there on the side, which is really funny. You can actually pose the head a little bit. On the back over here, we also have some things, which I'm assuming is for like spraying bullets out and stuff like that, and you actually can't move those at all, and they're literally just clipped on via the back right here. Plus, you can see this little thing right here, which I'll show off in a minute. On the back, you also have this like random little piece right here, which goes in some of the card sets, and I don't understand why they ended up putting that on the Titan, because it does look a little goofy like this. And I don't know, I just hate the way that the back looks, because it's just so ugly, and there's so many like studs popping, well, not studs, but the back of the studs, and I hate the way it looks. But now let's take a look at the legs, because both of them are going to be symmetrical, and again, you can pose these just like this. And again, this is probably my biggest gripe with the entire set, because if you are not displaying it very perfectly, this thing will topple over, and it's just so top heavy to the point where the legs literally will move on their own and kind of break. However, the design of this is really cool. We have this nice little triangle right here with the white, red, and purple details all along the side, and I really love, see, look, like right there, this thing just fell off and I wouldn't even do anything. But the purple coloration on here just looks absolutely cool. Again, I love the way that the details are here on the side, and it really does look pretty symmetrical on both sides, and it just looks identical to the actual Titan in game. If we go down to the bottom, you can see another one of my gripes. The toes on here are cool for like what they did, because there is a space in there that kind of just gives it to them. However, there is this random little blue Technic piece where right here, this can fall off super easy as well, and I don't know why they didn't just connect it with some studs. And the reason I wanted to point out this light brick is because on the actual box, you can see this right here. Because if we actually flip the Titan around, if you open up his chest right here, it actually reveals this awesome little piece in here with the little, very exclusive purple arms that, if I'm very correct, I don't think they've ever been in any other sets, but what you're supposed to do is be able to push the button, and the light brick is supposed to work just like in the trailer where it shoots the beam out of the chest. However, this one doesn't, and my light brick is dead, so that's really, really sucky. And with the Titan being reviewed, let's go over these awesome minifigs. The first one is going to be Tracer, and what I love about this is that this one has the Overwatch 2 Tracer suit on. We have the awesome blasters that actually are going to be the exact ones used in the very first wave, but this one has her little locator right here in the chest, and the details on this suit are significantly better than the other version of Tracer. The hair is exactly the same, and on this we actually do get two faces, one with the little orange mask with the little grr face going on, and one with the exact same mask with a little smirk right there. And honestly, I just really prefer this face on here, but just the details on here are so cool and just so intricate. However, there are no side arm or side leg printing. The back of this is going to have her ult, with it being the pulse bomb, and the other one did not have that. The other one just had this exact same piece that goes over the neck, but it had a little blue lightning bolt that shot out of the back to kind of like simulate her blink. And I really like this minifig so much better because of the details on it. And y'all are probably gonna hate me for this, but I absolutely love May. This is probably one of my favorite minifigs out of my entire collection. We have her Ice Blast. Her hair piece is really cool because we do have the little, like, I don't even know if this would be considered in the hair to kind of give it a bun up there, but this is a very exclusive hair piece to May. And again, we are gonna have two little head pieces right here, one with her smiling and one with her smiling again, just in a slightly different expression. On her back, you can actually see Snowball, which is really cute because you can take it off, and just like in game, you can ult with Snowball, and we have her little freeze pack back there. And the actual minifig itself is just very boring on the front. It's not as cool as Tracer's, if I'm being honest with you. She does just have her nice little icy blue suit on, and on the back you can kind of see some stuff. It is just covered up by Snowball, and just like Tracer, there is going to be no side arm or side leg printing. But before we end the video, I kind of just want to go and compare and contrast the old box, because as you can see right here, we actually have the old Overwatch logo right here, and this one actually is going to have a different Tracer. If we put these things right beside each other, you can see that this one is going to have the new Tracer suit compared to the old one. Again, exact same blasters, except this one has a little zigzag pattern on the back, and this one does have a different suit with the Overwatch 1 suit with the Overwatch 2 suit. And what I really like about these boxes is both of them are going to have this kind of like cinematic version on the back versus kind of like the normal version on the front. I really do like these boxes, and I'm really upset that we didn't get more Overwatch sets because they are so cool, and especially with Overwatch 2 having a ton more characters now, this would be such a great line if Blizzard honestly wouldn't have ruined it. So we are just stuck with only one Overwatch 2 set because I know for a fact we're never getting any ever again. But now let's honestly talk about this set, because when this thing was supposed to come out, it was supposed to be $100. And if you don't know the controversy on why this thing got canceled, I'm not going to talk about it here. Go look it up. I really like the mech, and for $100 we get two awesome minifigs and this awesome mech, which I really wish would have gotten in circulation a lot more because this set is just genuinely so cool. There are a lot of problems with it, like the legs, and that's about it. Honestly, everything else on this is so cool to me, especially, like I said, in the very beginning, if you like Overwatch, and specifically Overwatch 2, and remember the trailer, this thing is so cool. So I am so upset that this thing got canceled. Again, I understand why it got canceled, but for the two minifigs and the actual set, if it would have stayed at the retail price of $100, this thing was totally worth it. Now getting your hands on it, or at least a new version of it with a box, is going to literally cost you $600. That's where the problem lies, because I don't think that's worth it at all. I got it because I'm a huge Mega Overwatch nerd, and I wanted to have every single Overwatch set, so of course I got it. Eventually, I'd like to get another box just because this one is, again, damaged, but I'm super happy with this set. It literally stays on my shelf all the time because of how cool it is, so yeah, I do think it's going to be worth it, just not at $600.